Greetings. The Order welcomes you.
Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Let me try to get a different. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Let me try to get a different mercenary. I want to get a mob mercenary to up his damage.
Need some help?
No, not really, boss man. You doing all right? I think I'm gonna trade my mercenary for a Mott Merc. But I think the most I can get is level 91. How's ESO going, dude? Everything going good? There's a lot of content, boss. I probably should play myself. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be the most I can get. Yeah, me, I'd probably just go in order if it was me, but it's whatever your preference is. I don't know if it lore, as far as the lore, it's better to do the earlier content first. I'm not really sure if it matters. Yeah. I know you probably already told me, but what character are you running right now? Oh, okay. That's right, I think you already told me that. I couldn't remember. Yeah, I think level 91's Laharis. So now I got Laharis. He's a Mott mercenary. Good deal.
I can't use that yet. I'll put that to good use.
So now my mercenary's Mott.
Put that to good use.
Oh, he can't use. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'll put that
There
to
we
good
go.
use.
It'll be level 92 fairly quick. Yeah, he's pretty close to.
Good day.
See how he does in chaos now. Should do a lot better. yeah, he's destroying them now. Take the Sadist to school. Yeah, Stormskin still taking him to school.
What do you need? The Order welcomes you.
be right back, boss. Get something to drink. Yeah, the rune that I'm looking for right now, a bear rune. I mean, you could literally do thousands of runs and not find it. I mean, it's really like, the statistics are kind of against me, but I'll find it eventually, dude. It's going to take a lot of hours of gameplay to find it. It's literally the one sole thing that I need is a bear rune. Well, I don't know if you remember, but I know you don't really know much about the game, so you may not, but I found that jaw rune in the ancient tunnels. Well, you need a jaw rune and a bear rune to make Enigma. And Enigma armor is like the best armor for basically any character, and it allows any character to teleport like a sorceress. So I could literally make any character and pretty much freely magic find with any character, because then any character can teleport. Not just teleport though, it's also got a lot of other good stats, you know, skills, resistances, everything. You know, Enigma is just basically this one sole best item in the game that everybody tries to work towards to get. And I just need a bear rune to make it. I've already got the jaw rune. A jaw rune is really rare too. I mean, I'm lucky that I got the jaw rune, but I now just need the bear rune. Once I get that, I'll be good. It's like a rune word, so you get a 3-socketed armor, which I already have an Archon plate with 505 defense that I'm gonna put the runes into. So I've already got my base 3-socket Archon plate armor, and you need a jaw, burr, and an ith rune. The ith rune is extremely common. I already have tons of those. The jaw and the burr rune are extremely rare, and I have the jaw rune. I just need the burr. Burr rune's probably the most expensive rune you can trade for. Jaw rune's pretty close, but even though a jaw rune is actually one level higher than a burr runes are worth more, because burr runes are also used for infinity, and that's that's the best mercenary polearm. That's an in-game. That's the best in-game polearm. It allows you to. It reduces resistances, and can also. It has conviction aura, which can basically, you know, you'll see stuff fire immune, cold immune, lightning immune. It can basically cause them to not be immune anymore. So a lot of people, once they get infinity, they'll make a lightning sorceress. Lightning sorceress really isn't good without infinity. Once you have infinity, it breaks all immunities, so that's the best sorceress you can run. But it's also just good. It's also good for a lot of different classes. Infinity is just a really good overall rune word. So, but it takes 2 burr runes to make infinity. So I'm a little ways from that. If I get a Burrow, I'll just make Enigma with it. And then if I get 2 more, I'll make Infinity, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Right now, I'm just looking for one of them. I've done hours and hours and hours of runs and never seen one drop. That Jaw rune really freaked me out though. That was a really good drop. That's probably the one best drop I've ever had since I started D2R, was that Jaw rune. I've only found one of them. I found a Vex rune too, but Vex rune isn't as rare. Don't get me wrong, it's still a rare drop. Vex rune is used to make Hodo and stuff. Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, dude. So you're affiliate now. Dude, that's great, man. Really happy for you, dude. Really happy for you. Maybe I'll get there one of these days. I just need more followers. Yeah, congrats, dude. That's awesome. Super awesome. Ooh. It's not too bad. It's not great, but it's probably one of the best level 30 for Poison and Bomb. Probably one of the best level 30 amulets you could have. That's really nice. Yeah, affiliate, yeah. That's really nice, dude. Congratulations. Just keep at it, dude. You're only going to grow. You're only going to keep growing from there. Just keep getting better and better. Maybe one day you can make a living off of it. Hopefully. That'd be super awesome. Then you'll have to start raiding me, man. Where I can get there. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, you play different games than I do, though, so but yeah, that's awesome, dude. Super awesome. Hell yeah, dude. That's sweet, man. That's good news. It's good to hear. Good to hear, dude. Really good. I'm just ready for these work days to be able to get those 3 off days, man. It's been a while since I had 3 off days with all this event stuff. Just ready for those 3 days, dude. That's gonna be much needed. There's a tall room. Welcome to the stream. Maybe you'll rub off some good luck on me, boss. Maybe I'll find this burr rune I've been looking for since I started playing. That would be a nice try. Put so many hours in this game, dude, never even seen one. Well, I mean, I've found one in original Diablo 2, but not in D2R. Honestly, these cows are probably the best spot to find it. I think cows have roughly a 50% chance, higher chance of dropping runes. So that's good within itself. Another good thing is there's like, what, 450 to 550 maybe cows per level. So you can usually kill about 400, at least 400 cows per run if you skip. So good density and also really good chance to drop runes. The only thing that can drop runes more often than cows is going to be ghosts, because ghosts have more of a limited loot table, which means they have a higher chance to drop runes, because there's a lot of loot they can't drop, which, you know, as you know, statistically speaking, that means that they have a higher chance to drop other stuff that they can drop in runes. It's like over 2 times chance to drop a rune. So. But there's no area in the game with a lot of ghosts like there are cows. Arcane Sanctuary is pretty good for running to kill ghosts. There's about 100 per sanctuary. You can usually kill about 100 or so ghosts per Arcane Sanctuary, which isn't bad. It's probably not as efficient as cow runs though, just because of the density. For anybody watching wondering. Which that's fairly common knowledge once you're new to the game. There are a lot of... That's the good thing about D2R. It's brought a lot of really new players. And a lot of players who haven't played in years and years and years. So I'm always happy to try to help new players about the game. That's one of my favorite things about streaming is if a new player comes in, trying to help them. That's a couple of my favorite things about streaming. Besides finding really good items. I don't know too much about this game. It's really kind of a bad thing. Yeah, I just played it so long. Played this game way too many times. Yeah, if I can hit 100 followers, I'm fairly certain I should be able to get affiliate. Hopefully. My average isn't quite up to 3 followers, but I feel like I could get there. It's pretty close. It's 2 point something, 2.5. I just need more followers. I need to get 100 followers. Devil Star, Garnar Star. Thankfully, it seems that D2R streamers really enjoy supporting each other, which is a good thing. It's a good community of streamers now. Players in game aren't always nice,
Greetings.
but it seems like all the Diablo 2 streamers are really nice, really supportive. Seems like. You have to watch in game though. People will try to do all kind of things. There's not a lot of necessarily a lot of nice people in game, but there are a lot. There are a lot of nice people, but there are a lot of nice D2R streamers, Diablo 2 streamers. That Decrepify curse just really hurts my mercenary's kill speed. I know Firewall in D2R is a lot more powerful than it was in original Diablo, because in original they based the skills off of 24 frames per second, and in the modern D2R, the more modern game, it's based off of 60. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but either way, there are a lot of skills that the damage over time ticks with the frames per second. Therefore, Firewall, being one of those skills, has a lot better damage in Diablo 2R for anybody watching. So I'm running Pure Blizzard. It would be better for me to run Blizzard and have some points in Firewall, because Firewall's so good, so I can kill cold immunes. But I'm a purist, and I don't want to do anything. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't want to do anything against what the original game offered. And I'm fairly sure they'll probably end up patching it one day. Probably not anytime soon, because they're dealing with server issues. But I would rather just stick with Pure Blizzard, because as I say, in the original game, Firewall wasn't really viable, so I don't really want to go away from that, even though it would be a smart choice to run Fireball. But I would recommend anybody viewing run Fireball, or not Fireball, Firewall, run Firewall. Whether you make a Blizzard Sorceress or whether you make a Frozen Orb, make sure you put some points in Firewall and use it for cold immunes, and that's going to be the best thing to do. But yeah, like I say, I'm a purist, so I don't want to do anything that the original game didn't offer. I know that's crazy, but I just feel like almost like it's cheating, I guess. I know it's kind of crazy, but and if they do patch it, I don't want to spoil myself using Firewall, and then they patch it, and then I have to go back to just straight Blizzard. So I don't want to be spoiled by it as well. I already did. Cows? No. So yeah, I have to use my mercenary to help me kill cold immunes, which is fairly tough. He can do it. Ola Horus. Ola Horus.
Good day.
And interestingly enough, even though I did have the Act 2 mercenary that bolsters your defense, the Defiance aura, I think the Might aura actually is more survivable because his damage is up so much. It equates to better life leech. So that percentage life leech he gets, he leeches a lot more life, so he actually is probably even more survivable, even though his defense is a lot lower without that aura. So yeah, my aura is definitely going to be your best bet for anyone watching. Once you get in the late game and your mercenary is level 90 plus. So you want to use a Might aura if you're using him to kill cold immunes like I'm doing, because it really ramps his damage up. Paired with a treachery to get even more damage from that huge 60% increased attack speed boost for it. So you're going to be able to reach those breakpoints with the treachery plus your Andy's Visage. It's going to allow you to reach a really high break point, which means more attacks per second, which equates to more damage, which equates to more life lead. So not only do you have more damage, but your mercenary also has more survivability because he can leech a lot more life and can leech faster to stay alive. It's kind of a really good setup. And I would have already made treachery, but I'm bullheaded, and I don't want to put it in a base that I'm not going to use for the long term. So I'm looking for a decent ethereal base to get 3 sockets on, which, believe it or not, I still have not found that yet. I found 3 socket bases, but I haven't found an ethereal one. And I'm kind of hard-headed. Honestly, I should probably just put it in a non-ethereal base, but like I said, I'm really hard-headed, so I'm still running a ethereal shell. I'll find a good base eventually. Put treachery in. You just have to get a limb rune for treachery. It's just extremely cheap. But any kind of elite ethereal 3-socket armor would be perfect for your treachery. Grimward. Chains of Honor also is really nice as well, but not as cheap. Need that low root. And arguably maybe not even as good. A lot of people think Treachery is even better than Chains of Honor. I don't know. I wouldn't go that far, but it's probably at the very least on par with it and a lot cheaper. Welcome to the stream. Killing cows, trying to find runes. Killing cows, chaos, trad. We're just running all the hot spots for high runes right now. Haven't found any yet, but time will tell. Maybe I can find some before I have to go to bed. Find one before I have to go to bed. I don't see me finding multiples, unless I was extremely rare. It'd be like winning the lottery almost. Find 2 in one 1 hour time frame. You have to be very patient with this game. You have a lot of patience. A lot of grind, a lot of patience. In my opinion, the fastest way to find a high run would be running Trav over and over. But because of the way things are set up, when you run Trav, if you're running it efficiently, running it fast, then by the time you make your next game, by the time you leave the game and you're ready to make another game to run the next Trav run, because I mean you could run Trav in literally like 30 or 40 seconds, you know, if you're really, really fast. By the time you log out to make your next game, you're waiting literally 20 to 30 seconds because you're timed out. The way Blizzard has it set up to keep to keep the servers a little more stable until they figure some things out. They've got it set on a timer when you create a game. So you'd have to sit and waste 30 seconds waiting to make another game. So it's not really as efficient to run Trav runs over and over and over in a row. So I usually run a Trav run and maybe a Chaos run. And then by that time, then I can go back and once I leave the game, I can make a new game instantly without having to wait on the timer to run out to make a new game. But if it didn't time me out, I'd probably just run Trav over and over. I don't know. It probably would get kind of boring though. So we did cows. But yeah, that's probably your most efficient method is Trav. Over and over. It's debatable. Some people might say cows. I would say cows would be second place. And then Chaos would probably be third. In my opinion. For just, if you're strictly looking for runes and nothing else. But if you're looking for uniques also, then I would say Chaos beats everything. Because you still have a really good chance of runes on Chaos. If you're looking for unique items as well, in addition to runes, you're just going to want to run Chaos over and over and over until you're sick. And then run it some more, and then keep running it. Trav's really quick though. It's never a bad idea to do a quick Trav run. If you can run Chaos efficiently, then you should be able to run Trav efficiently. And I would say in that case, it's not a bad idea, honestly, just to run Trav and Chaos together. Probably one of the best things you can do overall for finding runes plus items. In the late game, after you ran Mephisto enough to get all your basic uniques for your character, and then you just run Trav and Chaos over and over to find everything else you need. That's pretty much it. That's basically the game in a nutshell. Bell runs are nice too for experience, but I would say Chaos is probably better overall for experience, plus items, plus runes altogether. Chaos, you really can't beat Chaos Sanctuary if you can run it fast and efficiently. If you're running single player, I would say probably players 3 or players 5 would be best. I would probably lean towards 3 because once you hit players 5, it takes a lot longer to kill stuff, so your efficiency might go down the window. Yeah, players 3 is definitely recommended. I'm not on single player though, so I'm pretty much am limited to players 1 unless I'm running with some friends or something. You can always join VNet games, but first of all, it's not a very nice thing to do because you're going in other people's games, magic finding, and then leaving, so it's not really, as far as etiquette, it's not really a nice thing to do, first of all. And second of all, I find that joining games, honestly, it's faster for me just to run solo. Even though you get more drops with higher player count, you're losing speed by actually looking for games to join. And it ends up being faster just creating your own games and just running players 1. Like I said, unless you have a group, a guild or a group or somebody you're running with to where y'all can run games over and over and over. So. Of course, on single player, you're going to want to run lower Kuros for runes. Lower Kuros is better than, far and beyond better than anything else for single player. It's not really viable on VNet. Because you can't save your maps. Every map in a new game is random, so you can't set up a perfect map and get your runtime down to like 20 seconds or whatever. And so lower Kuros is basically only for single player, but lower Kuros would be the best option if you're single player for finding high runes. Specifically burr runes. Burr runes are actually a lot easier to get on single player if you're running lower Kuros. It is extremely boring though, because you're basically popping chests over and over. You're not even killing monsters. You're basically popping those super chests, and it gets extremely boring.
Good day.
Believe it or not, if I find a burr rune, honestly, I just want to find one to make a video. Have the highlight of me finding the jaw, which I've already posted, and have a highlight of the burr, and then a highlight of me making an enigma. That's kind of my goal right now. If I can get that done, I know it's hard to believe, but I think that I'll probably take a break from the game for just a little bit and probably play some other games, some single player, maybe Skyrim or Oblivion, Morrowind, maybe ESO or something like that. That's kind of my next thing that I want to do. Maybe some Baldur's Gate. Told myself I wouldn't do that though until I find a burr room, but I don't know how long it'll be. Could be today, could be next week, could be next month. It's hard to tell. I don't want to trade for it. I want to actually find it myself, just to make the video. A self-found mercenary died.
The Sisterhood welcomes you.
I will be brutally honest though. I don't like the grind of this game. But unfortunately the grind is the reason that the game is fun. It's kind of a double-edged sword. You could find all these items really easily and it wouldn't be worth playing. But on the same token, the fact that a lot of things in this game are so rare, it does make it kind of almost like work until you do find something really good you're looking for. Kind of a double-edged sword. So yeah, I do a lot of times do get sick of this game, but the hope of finding good stuff kind of keeps me going. It's like a quick serotonin rush and back to the grind again. And that's not for everybody. There's a lot of people that wouldn't enjoy that. But yeah, I don't know. Just one of those. Like a lot of ARPGs are like that. At least the top-down isometric. Yeah, that's probably true, honestly. Probably actually true. There's a fine line, like, you want everything to be rare enough to where you get that serotonin hit, for lack of better words. I guess that's basically what it is when you find something good. But you don't want it to be so rare that it's basically impossible to get. You know, there's kind of a fine line, I guess. I feel like Diablo 2 kind of hit the nail on the head with that. I feel like the one strength of this game is itemization and everything. I think that's what keeps everyone addicted who enjoys the game. I didn't get that same thing from Diablo 3, so it's just, I don't know. I feel like Diablo 2's perfect in a lot of ways, imperfect in a lot of ways, but I think for the Diablo fan base, it's fairly close to perfect for what the fan base is looking for in a game. Like I said, it's not for everybody though, but I think it's good for that niche community, for the ARPG community. It's a really good. The itemization in this game is pretty close to perfect for that, I think. And it's not like Path of Exile where there's just so much bloated stuff, like there's so much to do, like it's really, Path of Exile is really too bloated and really too fast paced. I think Diablo 2 is a fairly good mixture. But I don't know. There's a lot of people that prefer Path of Exile, I guess. It's not a bad game, but probably like Diablo 2 better. I played Path of Exile for a long time though, so man. Can't really say much. It's still a really good game. It's like every ladder start though, with Path of Exile, they've added new stuff. And most of it they end up making it a part of the game instead of just being a one-time thing. So now there's so much bloat in the game, in my opinion, that it's really just too much. I think that they kind of crossed the threshold of too much. I think they kind of just went too far. But if they slowed down the game, which I think they're trying to, but I think if they slowed down the game a bit, it'd be a little more enjoyable for me personally. The game's a little too fast. Yeah, that's true. It's. Which I will say this about Diablo 2 though. Diablo 2. I mean, there hasn't been any new content added in a long time. What keeps people going on D2 is the ladder, like resetting the ladder, and you just start fresh, and then you do the same thing over again. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what's kept this community going. But yeah, you're right. I mean, they definitely have to add new content. I just wish, like, they wouldn't add everything into the game. Like if they have a ladder and they have like special unique stuff in the ladder, and then after the ladder, you know, just take it away from the game again. You know, they can add stuff, but I think they just kind of went way too far. Because they're adding like huge complex systems to the game. And the game is already extremely grindy. Like you already have to pretty much, like a full-time job, pretty much playing the game. I mean, if you want to get anywhere. And then 3 months they add something else that there's so much, like literally if you're playing solo, like you can't do everything. Like I don't think you have enough time to which some people like that. I just think it's kind of a content overload. I think they could just kind of reel back a little bit on it personally, but some people like that though. Yeah, basically Path of Exile, like, which you probably already know this, but you know, every 3 months they'll add a new ladder start. They refresh the ladder, so everything gets re-rolled, your maps, everything. I mean, you have to basically start from square one. But every ladder start, they also add new content, like a brand new, like a whole new complex system within itself. That just that one system, pretty much you could just no life it and still not see everything. And 90% of the time, instead of phasing it out, because some of them are temporary, but they started like with every ladder start. The new mechanics that they add, they end up making it part of the core game. And there's been so much that they've added to the core game now, from all of the ladder starts over the years that Path of Exile's been around, that there's really actually probably too much. Like it's just, there's a lot of stuff. Like you really have to, like, even if you know life the game, it's like, I mean, you can't do everything. It's really, I think it's really overwhelming, but there's people, a lot of people like that though, you know. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think a lot of the stuff they added with the like each 3 month ladder start, a lot of those mechanics, I think they could have just phased them out and made them temporary instead of making them permanently part of the game. That way you'd still have fresh content to work through and new stuff to work through every ladder start. but then you don't have like 40 different mechanics in the game that basically no one person can feasibly fully complete within a 3-month period from a new ladder start. I mean, like I said, I don't personally have the time to. I mean, I play D2R a lot, but I mean, it's nowhere near as much grind as Path of Exile. Like, that game is incredibly grindy. Like it's. I think they've actually went too far on the grind, personally. But a lot of people like that, though. You know, some people really, really like that aspect. And I don't know, I need to look and see when Path of Exile 2 is coming out. I may have had that in the works. I really haven't kept up with it. It may be coming out soon. I don't know. I feel like they're going to try to slow down the game a little bit with Path of Exile 2.
Good day.
I used to be a multiplayer person. Like, strictly. But I think I've developed into a single player person. That's why I'm thinking once I find a burr, and I'm probably gonna just play some single player stuff, RPG and stuff. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing with D2R. That's kind of what I usually do too, honestly. Like when I was younger, playing EverQuest 2, and never really played WoW, but I think the most time I spent was EverQuest 2. I was in a guild and I actually did raid a lot and stuff and play like less so single player. But that game you kind of had to. I don't know how WoW is now, but EverQuest 2 I think you kind of had to. They kind of pigeonholed you into doing that because if you didn't, I mean like. Progress so slowly it almost wasn't even worth it. But yeah, I do the same thing. Be it an online game or not, I usually like kind of just prefer to play by myself, really. Oh, 4-socket threshold. It's not ethereal though. I don't even like trading with people. I don't know, I just. Try to limit my interaction with people as far as in game and in real world, which I mean, you know, working at Walmart is kind of impossible to do, but working third shift is a lot easier. A lot easier to limit your interaction with third shift. I'm a lot happier on third shift than I was on day shift. I was actually fairly unhappy on day shift, in all honesty. It was okay, but third shift's a lot better. So I'm really thankful for that. I was able to go to third shift. Kind of got lucky on that. It's kind of in the right place at the right time. Which I will say this, I'm kind of different than the average person. A lot of people don't want to work third shifts. I mean, I guess getting a third shift job actually isn't too difficult as a manager because a lot of managers don't want to be on third, so they'll be happy to swap with you if you want to work third. So I guess that's the good thing. I like being asleep when people are awake, and I like being awake when people are asleep. That's my preference. That's what I prefer. I'm happier that way. Oh. Sounds crazy too, but I actually sleep better on third. I know, like, your internal time clock is supposed to be like, it's supposed to revolve around, you know, your typical going to bed at night, but for some reason I sleep better in the daytime. Or at least I think I do. Maybe I don't, and I just think that I do, but it seems like I do.
Welcomes you.
I didn't have a problem adjusting to third shift at all. I adjusted basically the first week. And some people never adjust. Depends on your genetics, I guess.
Thanks. Thanks.
Ah, he died. Laharis died. Sorry, Laharis.
What do you need?
Wow, I found a lot of these unique bar blades. A lot.
Greetings. Greetings.
Do they have guilds in ESO? I can't remember. Dude. It's been a while since I played. If you're tied up in game, you don't have to answer right away. I was just kind of curious. That would be cool. Okay, I thought that they did. I was just wasn't sure. I guess most games do. Most games do. Oh, wow, he died quick. Holy cow. Literally cow. Literally cows. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I guess I should have known as much. In fact, right, whole axes. That's probably like the holy grail of this game, is to find a really godly, perfect rolled, rare weapon, melee weapon. That's probably the hardest thing to find. So rare that no one really ever uses them. And I don't know, it still wouldn't be the best weapon, but it would give you style points. It's like, oh wow, this guy has a rare weapon like that. I mean, it'd be worth a lot. But unfortunately, Grief is, the rune word Grief is always going to be the best melee weapon. Hands down. It's just too overpowered. And it only requires a low rune. One with low rune being the high low rune. Confusing. Low rune is a high rune. But yeah. Rare weapons are cool though. It's extremely rare to find guns. Because you have to have not only really good enhanced damage roll, but also paired with increased attack speed and other stuff. It's just really rare to find. Really good rare melee weapon. And it has to be a good base. Which I guess you could upgrade the rare, but you could upgrade.
stay.
Hey man, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for supporting the stream, man. So you play D2R as well, boss? You play any Diablo? Diablo 2? There's two things I'll suggest to you. One thing you can do, but you can only do this in D2R. Firewall is overpowered in D2R. I don't use Firewall. My Mercenary kills cold immunes, but I'll talk about the Mercenary in a little bit. Firewall is really overpowered because this game is based off 60 frames per second versus the old Diablo 2 24 frames per second. So that being said, Firewall, just like other damage over time spells, ticks. It's in the code of the game for it to tick based off the frames per second. So Firewall is really overpowered. So what I would suggest you do, if you're running, whether you're running Blizzard or Frozen Orb, is to kind of run hybrid. Once you get like higher level, start putting some points in Firewall, and then all of your plus to skill gear will up your Firewall. Just like 5 or 6 points in Firewall, you'll be doing like 3 to 4k damage with your Firewall. So that's one way to kill cold immunes. That's probably the best way in Diablo 2R. But if you want to run strictly Blizzard, I'm running the easiest thing to do is to find an Ethereal Colossus Bulge. It will always get max sockets from Larzuk. That's a quick way to get a 4-socket Elite Ethereal base. And I've just got an Insight in it. The only thing about your CV is, number one, your Mercenary will probably need to be fairly high level to get his strength up. Number two, you'll probably need to run an Andy's Visage. I put a Raw Rune in it to counteract the negative 30 fire res, so you'll want to get a... But this gives you, as you can see, not only 25 strength, so you can wear the CV. A Thresher would be better, but a CV is easier to get. An Eth 4-socket Thresher is a lot harder to get. But it also gives you see that 20% increased attack speed? Oh, I hear you, boss. I'll kind of give you some tips if you don't care. But this Andy's Visage here, not only does it give that, but it also gives attack speed. Now, I'm running Adirials. This is not the best thing to run. You want to look for any 3-socket Elite armor. It doesn't even have to be Ethereal, because what it's going to do is Treachery. You just need a Limb Rune, make Treachery. It's going to proc Fade. So really a non-Eth base will proc Fade quicker anyway. So just any Elite 3-socket armor, I would say. And then if you find a 3-socket Ethereal Elite armor, then you can transition to that. Treachery, the big thing with Treachery is it's going to give you 60% increased attack speed. And if you look at the breakpoints for your Mercenaries, that 20 plus 60% increased attack speed is going to get you up really good in the breakpoint. So your damage per second on your Mercenary is going to be a lot better. What I usually do with my Blizzard Sorceress, I'll show you real quick. I'll clear this area, pop the seals, let my Mercenary kill any cold immunes. Sometimes I skip the cold immunes. Like, you don't have to kill these cold immunes. You can skip them. But you see how fast he kills these cold immunes? Like I said, just use this setup. And this is just a Durios shell, so it's not crazy. It does give you cannot be frozen. But anything I can't kill, he can kill fairly quickly. And you can run any area, a lot of different areas in the game with that. So like these guys, I'm going to skip these guys just for example. The main thing is Desaeus, when you do pop that seal, which he kills him quick anyway. Desaeus is always cold immune, so you'll have to rely on your mercenary to kill Desaeus. But you see how quick he killed. You see how quick he killed Desaeus. Now, this is only probably going to be efficient if number one, your mercenary. You see, my mercenary's level 92, so you want to get him pretty high. I would say 85 plus would be a start. I would actually be level 90. Yeah, that should be fine. You also are going to want to have, if you can, I know this shows blessed aim, but that's because there's a bug with D2R. With D2R, it's bugged to where your mercenary will show the hell, nightmare, or normal version of your aura. But as you can see, this is a might aura. And what that's going to do is give you an extra 220% or more, depending on the level of your might aura, to your damage. So his damage is...
Thanks.
942 to 4,900. You see what I'm saying? Like, your damage is going to be really good. So, another thing you can do too, if you want to kill the cold immune, teleport, switch to static shock, and just static them real quick. And like I said, like here's the trick to chaos. What I do, there's two different tricks. What I do is I'll clear this, pop these seals, clear this, and pop this seal, and then I'll teleport here. Now this is dangerous, so be careful. Pop this seal, and then drop a quick blizzard on Vizier. Once Vizier's dead, I teleport down here, right around here, then teleport back and leave this last seal to pop. It didn't work because I didn't leave. I didn't do this properly. I apologize. You're supposed to leave one seal left, and I didn't do it right. I'll have to do it next game. But what you do is, this seal is going to spawn a boss pack, so I didn't do this right. What you want to do is leave one seal left that you know will not spawn a boss pack. And what happens is when you pop the last seal, you know how everything dies? Normally it doesn't drop loot. But if you've been within one screen or so of a monster within the past 6 to 7 seconds, then when that monster dies from the last seal, it'll still drop loot. So you can kind of cheese the game. You can teleport downhill real quick, teleport back, and all these monsters will die and drop loot. But as you can see, I didn't do that right, because you have to do it within 6 to 7 seconds. Yeah, I'll show you this next game. I'll show you real quick. I didn't do it properly because the last seal spawned a boss. And obviously you're not going to have time. Oh, there's a lightsaber. You're not going to have time to do that. I'll sell this. Oh! Look what I found, boss. Azir Wrath. That's a pretty cool find. Oh, I'll show you real quick. I'll show you everything to do, boss. I'll show you step by step, ladder start, exactly what you need to do from the beginning to the end. Let me start a new game. Okay, so here's what you're going to want to do with a sorceress. I've not traded for anything on this character. Everything I have, and I've posted videos to YouTube. Every time I play, yeah, I found a Death's Fathom as well. I found my Death's Fathom. I'm actually using a Hodo, but I have a 19% Death's Fathom that I found, and I'll tell you where to find all this stuff. Because everything I have, I found. I haven't traded for anything. And every time I play, I stream just so I can upload video because I'm solo self-found. Here's what you want to do. Get to around level 75 to 80 or however you want to do, right? And do Mephisto runs until you get a Shaco you can find on Mephisto. You can find Amaras on Mephisto. You can find Sandstorm Trex on Mephisto. You can find Stones of Jordan on Mephisto. You can find Arachnid's Mesh on Mephisto. You can find Mage Fist on Mephisto. All of this you can find on Mephisto. And then you just get a 4-socket Monarch and make Spirit. And that's basically it. Get you a 4-socket Flail. If you do find a Vex or are able to trade for a Vex, Vex is not as expensive as it would seem. For the Vex, what you can do is just get 2 Gold Runes and make a Vex. And then you have Heart of the Oak, and there you go. Which mine, I got lucky and it rolled perfect resistances. So all of your gear, you can get literally from Mephisto and doing forges, making new characters and doing forges, and then cubing up to a Vex. I found this Vex in Chaos Sanctuary, but you can very well just get 2 Gold Runes and get it. The only thing you can't find that I'm wearing right now off Mephisto, you cannot find Tall Rashas. And I'll show you where you can run to find that. So once you've ran Mephisto enough to get all of this, what I would do, rather than having a Tall Rashas, I ran a Skulder's Ire, which you can get on Mephisto. That gives you good magic find. So I'll show you a trick of Mephisto as well. I'll show you a little trick. And obviously lower level, you know how to do the moat trick, right? Okay, I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you the moat trick. What you first want to do, man, is focus on getting your resistances as high as you can, because the hardest thing about killing Mephisto is teleporting to Mephisto. Early game, when you don't have a lot of good gear, you're more likely to die teleporting to Mephisto than actually Mephisto killing you, because you can do the moat trick. When you do the moat trick, do not have a mercenary, because if you have a mercenary, I'll show you why. If you have a mercenary, Meph can still hit you across the moat. So do not, when you run Meph starting out, don't have your mercenary. It'll just hinder you. So what I want to show you is, before we get started, the most important thing before you run Meph or during Meph, try to get your faster cast rate to 63%. That'll allow you to teleport fast enough to not get hit as easily while you're teleporting to Meph. If you don't hit that breakpoint, 63%, then you're more likely to die if you teleport into a pack of monsters, because your teleport is so slow that you'll end up dying. Another important thing is faster hit recovery, because if you teleport into a pack, if a monster does hit you, the higher your faster hit recovery, the faster you recover from that hit. And then the faster you can teleport out of that pack. Whereas if your faster cast rate is low, so you're not at 63% at least, and your faster hit recovery is low, then not only are you teleporting slow, but when you do teleport into a pack of monsters accidentally on the way to Mephisto, if you do get hit, your faster hit recovery is so slow, your character recovers so slow, you're more likely to get stuck and then get killed. Now I'll give you the next trick. Once you get those things, here's what you want to do. From the waypoint, you want to go left. Now here's the reason. Left is shield side, okay? So shield side, from this direction, this is left. From this direction, this is left. Shield side is left. You want to go left from the exit of the waypoint. So you have 1, 2, 3 walls. This is the exit. Not a door, not anything. There's always 3 walls where you can't go. You can't go through these walls, but here's the exit. The third level, and you may already know this, the third level to Mephisto will always be in this direction, to the left. So it'll be catty corner. So the smartest thing to do to find it as fast as you can is to just go left and hug the wall. You see how I'm hugging against the wall? I'm not saying you'll find it fast, but you're more likely to find it if you do this. You may get a map that's unlucky and it take you a while. As you can see, I haven't found it yet. But once I get to level 3, I'll show you. Okay, here's level 3. You know how I told you the exit is to the left? So the original exit, let's pretend this was the waypoint. If this was a good map, this could be the waypoint and this could be the exit. The waypoint was this way. The exit will always be this way. If this was the waypoint, then this would be the exit, and level 3 would always have an entrance to this way. So it all depends on the direction of your waypoint. Now I'll show you the moat trick. I don't do the moat trick with this character, but what you want to do, don't have a mercenary. So you get Mephisto, right? What you want to do is bring him down here and teleport right around this blood spatter. And you see how he gets stuck? The reason you don't want a mercenary is you see him shooting at my mercenary. These projectiles can hit you if your mercenary is here. But let my mercenary die. I'm going to do this just to show you if he will die, which I don't think he's going to. But yeah, let's let him die. I'm going to let him die, okay? And I'll show you. Okay, I'm not going to let him die because he's not going to die. Oh, there we go. Come on, kill him. Okay, you see how my mercenary's dead? Mephisto can't hit me. I can sit here for hours. He's not going to hit me. So you can sit here all day and take your time. You're good to go. What you do, you switch to Blizzard. And you just cast Blizzard. And that's it. So it doesn't matter how shitty your gear is, you can always kill Mephisto with the moat trick. This is very important too. Mephisto has a 75% cold resistance. So once you max your Blizzard, start pumping into Cold Mastery. You see that negative 160? Even with all my gear and plus skills, I still more points in Cold Mastery would still do more damage to Mephisto, because how Cold Mastery works, it does negative 160, like what I have right now, it does negative 160 to whatever you're fighting. Mephisto has a 75% cold resistance. So every monster in the game can go up to negative 100, not past. So if you could go up to negative 175, and that would be as far as you can go. So negative 180 would be a waste. Negative 190 would be a waste. So the more you put in here, the more damage. You're going to get a lot of damage from Cold Mastery, because his cold resistance is so high that on a new character, if you don't have a lot in Cold Mastery, it's going to take you a long time to kill him, right? So that's pretty much it. And then always use this portal. That way, when you log into your next game, bam, you can use telekinesis and go right to Meph again. You don't even have to move. You log into the next game, bam, you're in Meph. And you do the same thing. You want to do that over and over. Yeah, and I'll show you where to find that. And that is really difficult. There's two spots that are really easy to find it. Well, I say easy. It's not easy, but these are going to be your best chances, and I'll show you. The first, I don't recommend you to do, because yeah, I just don't recommend it. But Pendle actually has a pretty good chance to. It's like a 1 in what, 6,000 and something. So it's not a good chance. But the thing about Pendle, he always drops 2 items. And Bale is the one. Hell Bale has the highest chance to drop tall armor. But as you know, it takes forever to get to Bale, to kill the minions, all that. Bale has like a 1 in 7,000 something chance. So actually the quickest thing to do is just to go to Pendle over and over and kill Pendle. But I'll show you I'll show you why I don't recommend this. The reason I don't recommend Pendle is because there's just better things to do. What I would do if I were you early on, here's what I did. Go to Lost City and do ancient tunnel runs over and over. And you'll eventually find it. It might take 1,000 runs. I know that sounds crazy. It might take 1,000 runs, but you will eventually find it. You just have to do it over and over and over. But I'll tell you what, in those 1,000 runs, you're going to find a lot of good stuff. You might find a high rune. You might find some really rare, unique. You can find Death's Fathom. A lot of good stuff I've found from ancient tunnels. I found IK armor, Tall's armor. My Maras I found from a chest in ancient tunnels. Don't get discouraged though. You could run ancient tunnels 100 times and not find anything good, but just keep doing it and you'll eventually find it. What I do when you go to Lost City, and here's how I find it. I follow the perimeter of the map, okay? And don't do this until you get all of this stuff from Mephisto, including an Oculus. Make sure you get an Oculus from Mephisto too. So you want your magic find to be at least 300 to 400 maybe would be a good number. So instead of Mage Fist, you could run Chance Guards. You could run, just make sure you get that 63% breakpoint. Once you get all that stuff from Mephisto, then, okay, good, perfect, well, perfect. Just be careful with Oculus because of that teleport if you get hit. Only then, once you find all that stuff, then you do Ancient Tunnels. Because I'm telling you, it's going to take a long time to find good stuff in here. You have to do hundreds of runs. As you see, I just follow the edge of the map, and there's the trapdoor. Yeah. That 50% MF is just really good, though. But yeah, it's always going to be in the bottom left corner of two. I think they're always doorways. One might be wall, but it's always going to be in the left corner of one of these buildings. And most of the time, it's on the edge of the map. Let's say you don't find it. Let's say you teleport all around the edge of the map where it's most likely to be, and you don't find it. And again, this is for doing the runs quick. You want to do it as quick as possible. Let's say we didn't find it, right? Here's what I would do next. There's always a ridge in the middle of this area. You see this ridge? Then I go to the ridge and follow the ridge. That's the next most likely spot. If you don't find it on the ridge, then you're unlucky. You've got a bad map. So then you just fill in the rest. And then by that time, you'll probably find it. So you're looking to find this. On a fast run, you might find this entrance in 15-20 seconds. On a slow run, you probably want to find this entrance within 40 seconds to have a pretty quick run. And then here's what you want to do. There's two methods of thought. One, you can full clear, which I don't recommend. Number two, you can kill boss packs. And as you know, any boss pack basically is going to have, they're going to have minions. You see how there's minions? That's why you know this is a boss pack, and then this is a boss. You just teleport around killing these boss packs. That's all you do. You just teleport around, kill them. Now, if you don't have good gear, this can be dangerous, so be very careful. If you have really good gear, then this is Act 2. So Act 2 being an earlier act. Even though this is an eye level 85 area, which means you can drop pretty much any set or unique item. No, that's why you run tunnels. no regular monster in tunnels can spawn cold immune. Now, sometimes you will find a boss. That's why this is a really good spot for Blizzard Sorceresses, because none of the regular monsters are cold immune at all. In the pits, there's cold immunes. In Ancient Tunnels, there's not cold immunes. So the Ancient Tunnels is the cold sorceresses pits. So a melee character, you'd want to run the pits. A cold sorceress, you want to run Ancient Tunnels. Now, the bosses can spawn cold immune, but it's not common. And if they do, just let your mercenary kill them, because they're not very strong. This is Act 2. Even though this is an eye level 85 area and can drop Death's Fathom, Tall's Armor, a lot of pretty much any set or unique item in the game, even though that can happen, and you always want to pop the chest. The monsters are still Act 2. They're just skeletons, zombies, stuff that's really easy to kill. So your mercenary's not going to have a hard time killing. So that's one good thing if you do find a couple. Yeah, anything. Zod Rune can drop here. Anything can drop here. I actually found a Jaw Rune in here. I found a Jaw Rune from a monster pack. I'm not saying it's common. You might do 1,000 runs and not find one, but you can find any rune here. And another tip is, anytime you see a bunch of runes drop in an area, you see I've already dropped 2 runes, that's a good sign. That means it's a good area for runes, because there's a treasure class called Runes 17. Rune 17 is when a monster rolls for Rune 17. Oh, you found a Burr Rune? That's good. Yeah, Burr Rune's very rare. I haven't actually found one yet. But, yeah, this is a good area. Cows is really good, but it's only good for runes. It's not really good for anything else. But, yeah, Cows is really good. It's good for bases, too. See, there's a Monarch, 4-socket Monarch. That's an Ethereal. That's not good. So, yeah, you just run here. And I'll show you what you can do after that, though. Hey Drew, how you doing, boss? And like I said, I've probably done hundreds of these runs. See, there's a cold immune, but he dies quick. Anyway, so once you clear the boss packs, that's one area you can run. You can run that, you can run Pendle. You saw me run Chaos. I'll run Chaos again and I'll show you the trick that I do. Well, I'm doing good, man. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, dude. Good to see you, man. I'll show you the Chaos trick. Now, there's 2 schools of thought on here. I'll show you my way, and I'll show you what most people do. First and foremost, you want to keep this. You want to aim for 3 to 3.5 minute runs. This run's going to take longer because I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to show you what to do. So this run's going to take longer. Oh yeah, dude, it's good to see you. Yeah, teleport to the star. If you want to, put a safety TP, you know, just in case. Here's what I do. I clear this little pocket here on the right. You don't have to kill everything. You don't have to kill all the cold immunes. You don't have to worry about it. Now, on this layout, this will always spawn the boss. There's a 100% guarantee this will spawn the boss right here. You just learn the layouts. There's one other layout of Chaos. On the other layout, the bottom left spawns the boss. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this seal. You can leave this seal open, but the main thing is leave one seal open that doesn't spawn a boss, so you can teleport to it quick and pop it. This one's only one seal, so you always have to pop this seal. So you go here, kill these guys, teleport around, kill these guys. I got hit pretty hard right there. You got to be careful in Chaos, man. Just make sure your fire resistance is up good. Make sure all your resistances are good before you do this. Teleport around. If you want to feel safe, you can let your mercenary kill stuff to clear out. This area I usually clear more fully because Deseus is always cold immune. So this area, if you don't clear any other area, make sure you clear this because Deseus is really deadly. And you want to teleport here, static, and let your Merc kill Deseus. Now here's what I do. Yeah, you'll want to get your resistances up a little higher. Here's what you want to do here. Here's what I do. I teleport here. This seal spawns the boss. I kill the boss. Then I teleport down here. Now all these enemies, I try to get back within 6 to 7 seconds. Pop the last seal. And now, let me pick up this circling ring. Now all of these monsters that I didn't kill, guess what? They still drop loot. All these monsters that I skipped still drop loot because I teleported down here and back. So I saw that those monsters were within one screen of me within the past 6 to 7 seconds. I run back to the seal, pop the last seal. That's why you want to save one seal that doesn't spawn a boss. So once you hit there, you pop it, everything dies. And now all this loot. So you're saving a lot of time. You don't have to clear any of this area. It drops loot. But you have to teleport back and do it. And then I'll show you the other way. Here's what most people do. That's what I do. But here's what most people do. There's IK. Most people, it's a little less safe. Sometimes I do this, but most of the time I've just gotten used to muscle memory. I just do it. What you can do, pop this seal, kill this boss. Pop this seal. Pop this seal, kill Deseus. Don't clear any of this stuff in this square. Don't clear anything in this square. Don't clear anything here. And then, let's say you want to use this seal. You won't clear any of this. Let's say, like I do, you want to use this one. Don't clear anything here. And what you do is, when you get to the seal you're going to use, say you're going to use this to pop, here's what you do. I forgot to tell you this. When you first enter here, if you're doing the trick that most people do, you want to drop a TP right here. Oh wait, I messed up. Oh, I don't have any TPs. Wow. You want to drop a TP here because a TP signifies a player being there. So all of these monsters will drop loot just because they're near a TP. So you teleport in, drop your TP. You teleport up here, clear this. Teleport up here. No, I'm sorry, don't clear this. You pop these seals. Teleport, pop this seal. So you're leaving monsters here. Teleport here, kill Vizier, leave this seal. Then what you want to do, teleport around here like this, down to here, then back up. And pop this last seal. What that's going to do is, since you saw all of these monsters within the past 6 to 7 seconds, all of these monsters in these little squares are going to drop loot. So you can essentially skip killing these monsters, these monsters, these monsters, these monsters, and because of your TP you dropped, these monsters. So you're clearing all of this without having to kill anything. So you can run it very quick. All you have to kill, yeah. But like I say, the method I do is, it's a little bit safer. I go here, clear here, pop those. I go up here, clear here, pop those. And then I cheat here and here. I run here, teleport here, and then cheat. So that's what I do. But yeah, my method's a little bit, because I'll be honest with you, this area seems to be the safest way, the safest area. Vizier is easier to kill, safer to kill. So I'll always leave Vizier for lap. I always leave this seal. You can use either side, but, and I'll be honest with you, you don't save a lot of time. Like, my method, you might lose like 20-30 seconds. Like, it's pretty much just as fast, honestly. And another good thing about my method is, the stuff that the seals kill, it doesn't use your magic find. So if you pop a seal, whatever's dies, even if it drops loot, it dies with 0% magic find. So only do that if you want runes. If you want to find uniques and sets and stuff, my methods will probably be better because you're killing a lot of stuff using your magic find, and then you get the runes from that little entrance. So you get the best of both worlds. You get magic find plus the runes. So that's what I do. Another thing that I do, the best spot would be, I would say running Trav over and over. You see I'm at Trav right now. The problem with Trav is if you're doing Trav runs over and over and over and only Trav runs, then you can do a Trav run in like 40 seconds once you get done with the game. You start a new game, well guess what? You know, because of the Blizzard servers, they've got it timed out, so you have to wait like 20 or 30 seconds to start a new game. Yeah, you just, once you get good gear though, you go in here. Here's what I do. Let's say that your mercenary's really weak, right? Drop a blizzard, teleport, drop a blizzard, teleport. Oop, almost died. Drop a blizzard, teleport. Your merc's never gonna get hit. You're teleporting, you're dropping a blizzard. You're teleporting, you're dropping a blizzard. Your merc's never gonna die. It doesn't matter how weak he is, he's never gonna die. It takes longer, but you just constantly drop your blizzards. You constantly drop a blizzard, you drop a blizzard. You're good, you killed everything. And then once you get to the last man and there's not many hydras left, let's drop another blizzard. You let your mercenary kill these guys that are cold immune. And there you go, you cleared it. So you can clear this really quickly, okay? Once you get used to it. There's only one natural cold immune in that area. Sometimes it'll spawn with 2 of them cold immune. But most of the time, only one of the 3 uniques will be cold immune. And all you do is teleport around, kill everything with a blizzard, wait till the last man, teleport, static, let your merc kill him. That's it. No. Now, sometimes 2 of them can spawn cold, but the regular council members are never cold immune, and one of the 3 uniques are also never cold immune. So the worst case scenario, your mercenary will have to kill 2 of the uniques. And once you get a good ethereal elite weapon base, he's not going to have trouble killing them. He's not going to have trouble. So the reason I would go against running Trav over and over is because once you do a quick Trav run, guess what? You're going to have to wait 30 seconds to start a new game, right? So here's what I would do. Run Trav and then run Chaos. Run Trav, Chaos, run Trav, Chaos. The other thing I would do is run cows. I know cows are very boring, but cows, a lot of people don't know this. Not only are there 450 to maybe 550 cows per level, probably 500 or more, so you can usually clear at least 400, so there's a lot of density. And when it comes to finding runes, the more you kill, the better. But here's something that a lot of people don't know. Cows actually have about a 50%. Yeah, you just have to keep going, man. But cows have actually a higher chance to drop runes than most other monsters. The only monster that, and I'm going to show you something real quick. Let me go in here. The only monster that can drop runes more often than cows are ghosts. Cows actually have about a 50% chance. Each cow, compared to any other monster in the game besides a ghost, has about a 50% chance greater to drop a rune than any other monster. So not only do you have a lot of monsters in one area, but each of those cows also has a high chance to drop a rune. So cows is probably your second best option. If you can't run Trav over and over and over and over, cows is probably the best. And then chaos is third. I want to tell you another trick. You see this road? Here's what I do. These stones are always near the road. 99% of the time, the stones are right near the road. So you don't have to search for the stones. All you have to do is find the road, and then you follow the road. So usually when I pour it in to the waypoint, I just do a circle. until I find the road. Once I find the road, I just follow the road, and there's the stones. Yep. The stones are always near the road. They're always next to the road. So you don't have to spend all day finding the stones. You just have to find the road. And let's be honest, the road's easier to find, right? So, oh wow, I didn't have a, oops, I forgot to get TPs, my bad. I'll show you what I do in cows too to make it quicker. You don't have to clear every single cow. What I generally do to cows, you're looking for a 5 to 6 minute run if you get fairly good at it. So what you want to do with cows, I know I talk a lot, man, but that's not too bad of an FCR ring. I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but I'm just trying to make sure everything's understood. Oops, I'm getting all flabbergasted. Here, I forgot to get the book. There's the Azure Wrath. Wow, I already had a book. Dude, I didn't even get Work's leg. It's hard for me to multitask. It's hard for me to talk and do at the same time. So, let's see. All right, let's go back to the stones. So you follow the road, you found the stones, right? So you should find the stones probably in 10, 15 seconds, probably. I mean, like, you get the leg. I usually make sure to buy this before I get the leg, so I'm ready to go. So I TP, go in there, bam. I just drop the portal, go in. What I do with the cows, I follow the perimeter, okay? Now, don't mess with really small packs. I usually don't mess with small packs. That's kind of a small pack, but like, you can skip a lot of guys like this. You can skip them. Don't worry. You know, you're looking for efficiency. You want to drop on big packs. There's a fairly big pack. Also, don't worry about killing the Cow King. I don't know if you know, but in D2R you can kill the Cow King. It doesn't matter. You can still make a new game. A lot of people may not know that, but yeah, you can kill the king. Don't worry about that. In old school D2R and old school D2, you couldn't kill the king. So hit the big packs. My rule of thumb, if there's 10 or less cows and nothing's around them, just skip them. If the pack is bigger than 10, don't skip. If you got them together, just huddle them together. Bam. You just kill big packs. Yeah, he's not really good to farm. The only reason I kill him is just because he has other cows around him. There's usually a lot of cows in that area. That's the only reason I killed him. But yeah, he's not really good for drops. Honestly, if you kill everything around him and the king's still alive, just keep going. Don't worry about killing the king. You just want to kill everything around the king is the main thing. Okay. See that small pack? You could skip this. I'll go ahead and drop, but you could probably skip that. Like I said, you're just going for efficiency. Oh yeah, my mercenary died. Wow, there's another IK Maul. Those things drop fairly often. Yeah, this is a slower run. Yeah, don't do as I do. Don't let your mercenary die. But, see, that's a small pack. You could probably skip this. I'm OCD, so I'll kill him. But, like I said, the faster you run, the better. You just gotta be quick. Follow the perimeter. Kill, 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 kill fast. Oh yeah, dude, Mars is really good. Let's say you have some cows left. Don't worry, you know, you can move on. Don't think you have to kill every cow. You know, there's little stragglers. You can drop one blizzard. That's okay. You don't have to kill every single cow. It's all about efficiency. It's how much you kill per hour. It's not. You don't have to full clear, which you may already know that, but you don't have to full clear. Just keep going. You just gotta keep moving. And because you keep moving, your mercenary is gonna stay alive longer. Remember, your mercenary, as you teleport, he goes with you. So let's say your mercenary gets low HP, just teleport away and hit shift. Here's something you may also not know. Hit the shift key and whatever potion, bam, you give him a potion. You don't have to drag the potion to him. You hit shift and hit the number and you'll give him a potion. So you can get used to teleport away, shift. Teleport away, shift, hit the number. You have to hold down shift and hit the number though. So you give him a potion. So your mercenary, if you I call it babysitting your mercenary. Let's say he's about to die right here. Just teleport away. Shift 2. You're good. He's healed. He's healing. So you can always keep your mercenary alive. Just use your teleport and use your potions. And keep him alive. You just have to watch his HP bar. If he gets low, teleport away. He follows you. He's not going to die. Just teleport away.
Thanks.
Drop a potion. He'll say thanks. That's how you know confirmation that you've given him a potion. So that's basically it, dude. That's pretty much all of it. Pretty much all of DTOR. If you know all those tips and tricks, you're basically good to go. That's pretty much the whole game in a nutshell. There are other techniques too, like there's something else I can show you as well. Here's another trick. Let's say you get bored of a sorceress, right? And you find IK armor. Just make an IK barb. And I'll show you how to use him to farm for keys. You're thinking, well, he can't teleport, right? Well, I mean, he can if you have a Nagi's Puzzler. Keep this Puzzler on switch. Here's what I do with him. Which I don't have a ring of peace. Here's what you can do. If you're running Nilly for keys, make sure you have a ring of peace on your barb, because he can't cast Corpse Explosion if you have that. I don't have it to where I can easily get to it. But basically what I do with my barb, I'll do a trav run. That way I get gold. So your barb not only can do the trav one, of course we'll go ahead and get the war cries going. You do a trav run, right? Which he's going to be slower. I mean, he's going to be slower than a sorceress. But, you know, if you get bored, you can use your barb. Do a trav run. Let's get the map pulled up. He's not going to die. He's tanky. He's got good resistance. He's not going to fucking die. He's going to whirl right through these little bitches. He will kill slower. Don't get me wrong, but there's a Millibrega's armor. So once you do trav, you will have the gold that you need to repair your teleport staff. You see all this gold that drops? Every run you do, just do a quick trav. That way you're looking for runes. Also keep in mind you can hork. So you can get extra drops from this barb by horking. Extra gold. See how much gold I got already just in that one trav run? That will allow you can also sell armor too. That will allow you to constantly, every game, be able to repair this level 11 teleport, 69 charges Nagi's Puzzler. So then you effectively have teleport without Enigma. So if we're going to go do a pit run, let's go to the pits, go to the outer cloister,
This monastery.
buff yourself up, switch to the Puzzler. He's going to teleport slower, but don't let that stop you. Usually once I get to the road, I'll switch back to try to... And I think I went in the wrong direction. So if you go in the wrong direction, that's fine. You can backtrack. This is a really long road. Usually it's, yeah, I went in the wrong direction, so just teleport. That's fine. You can teleport. We'll teleport. I went the wrong way. Oops. My bad. It's not as fast as a sorceress, but if you get bored of a sorceress, you know, you can... Where is the cave? Oh, there we go. Wow. And you just switch back. You just run through. Usually with my barb, to try to save charges, because those charges are expensive, I'll just, once I get to the cave, I just run and I kill. So I'm killing as I go. It just gives you something else to do, you know. If you don't have Enigma yet and you want to run a Barbarian, you want to run a Hammerden, it just gives you a way to do that without getting bored of just having to run the same old Sorceress over and over, without having to have Enigma. So you kill, you can, this is the pits, you can find anything in here. You can find Zod runes, you can find Tal's armor, you can find Tyrael's might, you can find anything in here. Anything except for some really high eye level charms. Like Bale, for example, is the only thing in the game that can drop eye level 99. So there are some small charms that can only drop off Bale. I know that sounds crazy. And skillers and stuff. And if you need to backtrack, just teleport, just backtrack. You know, you can switch to your teleport. There's no problem. Try to use it sparingly though, because once you use up, the reason you need to get gold is to repair this. And to see, I've used more charges than I really should have. I've used a lot. To repair that, once it's out of charges, it's like 120 something thousand gold. So you want to do those trav runs to get the gold, right? So you can constantly repair. So that's one thing you can do. If you get bored of your sorceress, you can use any character. You can just teleport with any character. You don't have to worry about it. Just go through here, kill. Teleport a little bit. Switch back, kill these guys. Alright, Bubba, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by. Sounds good, dude. Just don't forget, you know, you can farm Chaos. If you farm Chaos with a Blizzard Sword, keep it on players 1 because that's going to be easier for your mercenary to kill. So you can run Chaos, you can run the Trav, you can run Ancient Tunnels. A Blizzard Sorceress can do anything in the game. You just have to have a good mercenary. You have to have a good mercenary with you. So that's basically it. So I'm going to keep teleporting through here with my Barb and killing stuff without Enigma. So good luck, man. Hopefully you find a Jaw rune and get Enigma, and then you can get your Hammerden online. And then that's when the real fun begins, right? Running a Hammerden. All right, boss. Have a good one, dude. I appreciate you dropping by the stream. Thanks for the follow. And I'm going to get back to my sorceress once I find this last area. I'm looking for a burr rune, so hopefully I'll find one. Maybe I'll find one in here. Who knows? I always love helping new players. That's why I stream. Help people. Pop this chest. Just never let any build or any class limit you. Just enjoy the game and find a way to do it. You can run any area with anything. You just have to put your mind to it. Just have fun and just keep playing. Eventually you'll get everything you need. It's only a matter of time. I think that's a good place to end the stream, guys. I've been going for about 2 hours and 40 minutes on stream. I appreciate anybody who tuned in. I appreciate anybody who views this on YouTube, because I do upload to YouTube. This has been Talon to Talon. Thank you guys so much for your support. And I'll see y'all later. And see you later, Zach. Have a good one, boss. I'll probably try to hop on maybe tomorrow or another day. Maybe I can start playing some ESO as well. So, y'all have a good one.